Alright, good morning, y'all. Welcome back to Panama City. This morning I was headed offshore. Actually made it out probably 2 miles, and the further I went, the waves got rougher. So I decided that sitting out there trying to fish in 2 to 3 foot seas was probably not in my best interest today. We spent all day, or half the day Friday and all day yesterday out there. So I came back inshore, and right now I'm between Shell Island and Tyndall Air Force Base, and we're just going to fish our way back. My wife's supposed to come here in a little while. We'll pick her up and do a little fishing with her. But we're just going to pull up on a spot and just see what we can catch. I'll show you what I'm looking at on the depth finder. So that's all bait and fish and structure right there on the bottom. And that's what you want to find, is the structure in the bait. The fish will be there. They may swim through. So the area that I'm in is a pretty good sized area. It doesn't have a lot of structure, but it's got some live bottom and all that. And it's 35 feet deep. And there's bait there, so hopefully there'll be some fish here at some point. All right, well, that is a big keeper red snapper. Not what I was looking for, but and he hit that pinfish as soon as it hit the bottom, I reckon. That's more like what I was expecting. A little small. Gag instead of a red grouper. He's a nice, he's probably 18 inches or so. Pretty good fish right there. A real nice red snapper. All right, we're going to leave. Love to catch them, but they're out of season. We'll go find someplace else. And there's a lot of live bottom out here in the bay. Small patches of it. Someone described them once to me as like old oyster beds. Not sure why there'd be oyster beds in 30 or 40 feet of water, but I'm not going to dive down there and look, and I've not dropped the camera down there to look and see what it actually is. But if you learn how to read your bottom machine, I've got I've said this before, I've got my color palette adjusted because I'm colorblind. And so for me, the sand is just a I don't know, brown or red. I don't know what color it is, but it's dark. And then anything that's like live bottom or fish shows up as kind of a pale yellow color. Since I can't differentiate between a lot of the different colors, I had to adjust mine. And you can adjust yours as well. But if you can read yours, you're not looking for high relief. You're looking for stuff that's just like bumps on the bottom, but it'll be a different color. Like I said, for me, it's kind of a yellowish color. But it's not hard to find. It just takes a lot of time. And you do it basically at dead idle, so that you can get can actually see what you're looking at. I've got my speed run up almost as high as it'll go, because my boat idles at about 2.5 to 3 miles an hour. And I'll show you what live bottom kind of looks like. So if you see that right there, that's just a little spot of live bottom. There's all over. There's some fish, there's some bait. But that's what I'm looking for, is stuff like that. Just little spots of live bottom with bait. And the fish will come to it. I'm not stopping there right now. I'm headed someplace else. But just wanted to look at these spots. I've got several spots down through here marked. Most of the time when I'm fishing for red snapper, I'm not using a big weight. I like split shot. I'll take a 5/0 or 6/0 aught Mustad Demon Perfect Circle hook, and about a foot above it I'll put a split shot or two, and just feed line to it and let it fall. That's just the way I fish. And two of the fish that I caught this morning so far, and the one I broke off, hit a Carolina rig. The other one I caught on a swing jig. So the weight is part of the hook. So I'll show you this piece of structure that we're stopping on. So that's it right there. Those are fish. There's some bait. So we're gonna stop and see if we can catch anything on it. Let the trolling motor. Another nice keeper red snapper. Not fishing for them. But the way I fish is conducive for catching red snapper. Doing good. How are you doing? Yes, sir. Hey, Jan. Clint. I just caught 3 more.
Right here?
Well, down there, down in St. Andrews.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good for you. What, you got mid-June all booked up, I would think, right?
I got most of it booked up, yeah.
I'll give you a call. I'm learning. I'm trying to learn.
It isn't hard. The hard part's figuring out how to read that depth finder.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what I'm trying to catch. For red snapper, I use 5/0 and 6/0. Yeah. And then for the fish I catch offshore, I use 2/0. it's slow.
Huh?
It's slow.
No, this one's slow. This one at 4,000 RPM, it'll go about 28. It's the one that got destroyed in the hurricane had a 175 on it. It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I wish I had a 225 or a 250 on this one because I like to go fast. Get there.
That's a perfect boat, though, for what you're doing.
I like it. I do.
I'm gonna go on the other side of the DuPont. You got that spot right up there too, right?
Yeah, and if you look at do you have a global map?
Yeah.
If you'll watch your global map, you'll see the little dots where the old structures were, all up and down through there. You can look for them with your depth finder and find them. There's been fish on them.
Okay. Are you using pinfish today too?
I got pinfish and I got squid and I got cigar minnow.
Where did you catch some stuff from? Pinfish, the bigger one?
I caught 2 on pinfish and 2 on cigar minnow. So, and I caught a grouper too on a pinfish.
I saw your keeper grouper the other day.
I caught one this morning.
There you go. Good to see you.
See you too. Because of the way that the tide's running, I'll throw it out behind the boat. By the time it gets to the bottom, hopefully it'll be right here at the back of the boat. Still going to want to pull that way, but at least it'll be right here. The pipeline's basically underneath the nose of the boat, so I don't mind for the bait to get up here close to the nose of the boat. It's on the bottom, and it's right here underneath the back end of the boat. Little red snapper. I don't think he's quite a keeper. Dry to season anyway. All right, I got went and picked up Michelle, and so Michelle's with me now. We're back out here on the pipeline. We're gonna fish for a little while, see if we can catch anything. The tide should have gone slack now, and should be heading back out here shortly, which will make it easier to fish since the tide and the wind will be blowing the same direction.
Sorry.
All right, so a little while ago, the fish were on that side of the pipeline. We just crossed over the pipeline. Now they moved to the other side of it. So they're actually facing into the current, or sitting on the current side of the pipeline, which may seem counterintuitive, but that's what it is. Here's a little red snapper. That one ate a half a pinfish. That's about the size red snapper I expect to see on this structure this time of the year. The bigger ones should be spawning. The smaller ones are just wherever. And I'm seeing fish. So there's the depth finder. And so you can see some structure down there on the bottom. The pipeline is actually behind us. That's all fish. There's some bait, there's some more fish up there, but that's all fish. And it could be that it's all those little snappers. I've had several bites that didn't take they ate the bait, but they didn't get the hook. So that tells me that they're probably small snapper. But in the summertime, I'll spend the majority of the day offshore. I'll fish inshore a little bit early and late, but other than that, I'm offshore I'm looking for 60 to 70 feet of water, sometimes even deeper than that. And mostly what we catch out there are going to be beeliners and triggers, like I've shown in the last couple of videos. Same places that I catch them now, I'll catch them in the summertime when the weather gets hot. The difference will be that I can chum them almost to the surface by then, because the water temperature will be warm enough that I'll chum right next to the boat and they'll just be schooled up underneath the boat. All right, we're going to call it a day. The wind has made it very difficult to fish this afternoon. Fish are not cooperating. I think high pressure has moved in. There's fish here. We're sitting all over them. We got several bites, but couldn't land anything. So we're going to go home. I need to get the boat cleaned up and all that. So I appreciate y'all joining me. This morning wasn't bad. If you like red snapper and gag grouper, that's all we caught. But wasn't bad. Moved around a little bit because I didn't want to catch red snapper, but it's just the way it goes. But hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit the like button, ring the bell, and subscribe if you want to get notified when I release new videos. And we'll see you next time.